I realized that he doesn't really have much wrestling. He relies on evasion, trying to get away. He relies on jiu-jitsu instead of solid takedown defense. And same with the ground game. You know, I watched Francis Ngannou be able to rack up, I think, maybe 5-6 minutes of top time in that fight. And Francis is not a guy that's known to control people on the top. So he does have the striking down. I don't think defensively he's a very strong kickboxer. He has a really nice offense. Like I said, his defense is mainly in his footwork. And the two other big holes are jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
What if Ciryl Gane wins? And then Jon's like, I'm back. I already was in the testing pool. I was in the testing pool before he won. Give me a title shot. Would that not be the most ultimate move of all time? That shit would be hilarious.
That would be devious.
That shit would be hilarious.
It would be funny.
That shit would be hilarious.
He's going to get hated on for that.
Don't care.
But it's going to be
He would make
funny
$10 million to become the heavyweight champ again.
over a guy he just took down relatively. My man came out, he threw a couple of strikes. He said, nah, we wrestling.
But when it comes to Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones speaks with a mix of admiration and caution. In a recent interview, Jones acknowledged that Aspinall is among the most complete and dangerous heavyweights the UFC has ever produced. He highlighted Tom's speed, precision, and calm under pressure. Qualities that make him a serious threat to anyone in the division.
What do you make of Tom Aspinall?
I think he's awesome. I think he should go on and have a wonderful career.
Do you think that he needs you?
No, I think he needs me. I think he's not in a position. It's just the truth. Because if I whoop his, it's going to be the next guy. There's going to be a whole new fan base of somebody who everybody believes in. I've done this my whole adult life. When you want something bad enough, and if you get it, it could be the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall?
I'll see you guys later.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me, right? I get it. It's like, wow, this Jon's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative. But for me, if you were my manager, if you were on my team, why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Business-wise, it makes more sense. Fight I'm going to call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect your legacy.
And those words sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Jon Jones, the man who dismantled Ciryl Gane in a single round, understands better than anyone just how dangerous Gane truly is.
That's what he just did to that guy. Right here. Throws that body shot, lands the body shot. Now, is he open? Yes, you can't protect yourself at all times when you're trying to fight. If you're going to try to hit somebody, you have to open up something in order to generate the right power. I go like this and knee him, but I'm not going to generate enough power to have him, respect that. So he's able to land this beautiful knee, drops down and pop, get his foot down and land a beautiful 1-2. And then, boom, right there, bop.
If Tom Aspinall loses to Ciryl Gane, the heavyweight division is absolutely cooked. The heavyweight division in the UFC is already hanging on by thin ice at the moment. Legitimately, the only good fight that's interesting that I'm actually excited for in this division is Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Everyone is already expecting Tom Aspinall to beat Ciryl Gane, but what if he doesn't? We all built up this image of Tom Aspinall as the only person that could defeat Jon Jones. Gun to your head right now, name 10 heavyweight UFC fighters. If you're like me, you probably only got to 5. It's just not a marketable division right now, and the stakes for Tom Aspinall in this fight are just so extremely high because he has so much hype going for him right now. And if Ciryl Gane beats Tom Aspinall, I am not ready for the absolute Twitter rant that Jon Jones is going to have. I do not want Jon Jones to be validated like this. None of us do. You just know he's going to have the biggest I told you so moment if Tom does lose.
What do you think about Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like who do you think he will win? Is the winner something that interests him?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas, o Tom Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante. Mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também, assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane, ele é um cara assim mais, que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver. Vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round, vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys, and I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot, and might frustrate Tom. You know, so first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane, so I think it's going to be a different fight. We'll see.
Você acha que a sua carreira vai terminar semi-completo ou completo?
Bom, de verdade não dá para responder isso, né? Eu gostaria, né, futuramente, né, porque meu peso vai subindo, né, então não sei quanto tempo eu consigo fazer isso, 38 anos, não sei. Vou fazendo do jeito que eu tô fazendo, dando um passo de cada vez e a gente vai vendo o que acontece.
Would you like to finish your career light heavyweight or heavyweight? I really don't know. We'll have to see. You know, obviously my body gets heavier. I don't know how long I can cut to 205. So we're just going to have to see and take it fight by fight.
Even so, Jones was quick to remind everyone that Ciryl Gane is no easy opponent. He described Gane as unpredictable, athletic, and razor-sharp when he's fully locked in. What makes Jones's opinion so compelling is that he's the only man to face Gane and make it look effortless. Jones understands exactly how Gane moves, how he reacts under pressure, and where his vulnerabilities lie. According to Jones, if Aspinall can stay composed, close the distance, and pull Gane into the later rounds, the fight could very well swing in his favor.
I love it. I love that. And a young, aggressive, talented heavyweight that he actually wants to fight all the best. The problem in this business is you have guys that say a lot of things publicly, but behind the curtains don't mean it. You know, don't really want these fights. Tom Aspinall is not that guy. Tom Aspinall wants to fight all the best in the world, and I love that.
How good is he?
Very good. We're going to find out, though. You know, we make this Jon Jones fight, and obviously a fight like that for a young, talented heavyweight, you know, and if he can win, he can beat Jon Jones. It's life-changing.
He's got an amazing self-confidence. I mean, he just exudes calm, almost chilling self-confidence.
If you're a fighter, you better have that.
Yeah.
That's what you have to have. If you want to be one of the all-time greats, that's exactly what you have to have.
We finally got Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chael, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Ciryl Gane plus 265.
Tom Aspinall just seems to be far ahead of all of them. You know that him and Gane's fight is going to expose us a few things, because Gane might be the only guy in that heavyweight that might match him speed-wise. Tom? Yes. Tom is just going to do exactly what Kamzat did to DDP to him. We all know that Gane doesn't have any
funny enough, Tom never really
wrestles.
Does that. No, he does wrestling, but he doesn't wrestle like that. He wrestles to find a finish.
Yeah. No, yes. It might not be like a dominant wrestling the way Kamzat was, but he's going to utilize his wrestling skill against Gane. You know, Tom is a smart fighter.
I hope Gane does something, you know, like he's able to do something, because
like throw a knee out of space or what.
Aspinall's wrestling is not very aggressive like these guys. So if he's able to stuff if one or two takedowns and then keep it on the feet, he might have a chance.
However, if Gane can maintain distance, defend the takedowns, and use his signature footwork, it could turn into a long and difficult night for the British champion. The MMA community remains divided. Some fans believe Aspinall's power and grappling will be overwhelming for Gane, while others think Gane's striking and movement could neutralize Tom's explosiveness. Analysts like Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan have both praised Aspinall, calling him a once-in-a-generation talent with the potential to rule the heavyweight division for years to come.
For Tom Aspinall, you said you don't really care about the belts, you really want to prove you're the best. Is there any other fighter in the heavyweight division that you feel you need to beat to prove that you are the best, other than Ciryl Gane?
Yeah, there's lots of guys, man, but I'm the kind of guy who doesn't look past my opponent. I'm very, very serious about this fight. I've been training for the last year without a break. I've had absolutely no breaks. I'm much better now than I was in my last fight, and I want to show that. But as far as other heavyweights and stuff, right now that doesn't really interest me. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if Jon Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Let's make that happen. Ciryl Gane is, people forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane is official, and I cannot wait to see some of your reactions when Ciryl Gane gets a unanimous decision over Tom Aspinall. Now, that's not an official prediction from me, at least not yet, but I think some of you guys need to realize how close this fight really could be. I know the common expectation here is that Tom Aspinall is just going to walk through Ciryl Gane in the first round, whether by knockout or whether by grappling. Everybody thinks Tom Aspinall is going to make it look easy. But if that happens, I would be very, very surprised. Ciryl Gane is being underrated here. People are very down on Ciryl Gane right now, and understandably so. He got submitted in the very first round by Jon Jones, and also he didn't look great against Volkov. He won the decision, but a lot of people thought he lost. I'm telling you guys right now, in a 5-round fight, if Ciryl Gane could avoid the big shot, I actually think he has a really, really solid chance of winning. People say Tom Aspinall is the most agile heavyweight of all time, but don't forget, before Tom Aspinall, everybody was saying that about Ciryl Gane. And in my opinion, Ciryl Gane beat Francis Ngannou on the scorecards, and some people would argue Francis Ngannou at that time was the greatest heavyweight we had ever seen. So I am going to withhold from making an official prediction right now, but do not be surprised if I end up picking Ciryl Gane over Tom Aspinall, and do not be surprised if it happens.
Even they admit this fight could go either way. As for Jon Jones, he's definitely paying attention. If he truly plans to return to the octagon, the winner of this matchup could very well be next in line for him. Jones has already hinted that he'd love to challenge himself against Aspinall someday, and that makes the stakes even higher. While Jones clearly respects Tom Aspinall, you can sense he's also sizing him up, studying every move, and preparing for what could become a historic clash.